Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome to Young Tiny World. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Now, I have talked about so many TV shows, I've talked about so many movies, and it's been so interesting for me. But today we're going to take a blast into the past. Maybe I've talked about Brooklyn Nine-Nine before, but never on this scale of appreciation. That show has been a source of humor and encouragement on levels that I cannot begin to understand. When I was watching Nancy Drew and they talked about issues about society, I always thought about it being too acute, and it's not something that the audience is warmed up to, but rather that's something that's like dropped like an anchor and smashes into your head, and it feels so cringe to absorb that message. But when I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine and they talk about issues affecting society, they're not just doing that in one episode and getting rid of it. They're actually doing it in a way that makes you understand everybody's point of view in that situation. And it's not a one-time thing that they just pull out of the TV show because they're done proving the point and they don't need to do it anymore. It carries along. That probably is the issue that I had with Nancy Drew. But here we're not talking about Nancy Drew anymore. Today we're gonna be talking about Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine to be specific. Now, if you've heard of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you don't need me to tell you it's funny. You know that Andy Samberg and everyone that becomes a part of the Nine-Nine family inevitably becomes a keepsake for your mind and probably just for your own humor and your own life. Each and everyone's journey in that TV show is probably not one that matters as much as Andy's character, which brings a lot of life into a playful yet completely dedicated cop that is vested in trying to get rid of crimes, but also to also have fun whilst doing it. And his character is something that I very much like and sometimes feel inspired by. A person who is dedicated and passionate about his job, but is also playful in his own way, is by far my peak character interest. Every time I see in an anime that a person is playful, but when it gets down to business, he's serious as fuck and already has all the things he needs to go to the next level, that's exactly the kind of person I also imagine myself when I'm good at something. Now, we've seen he is in his character. He finds that he likes Amy Santiago, and in the beginning, there's this sort of rivalry that exists that comes from just perfect companions or perfect friends that are always competing with each other, and then he realizes that he likes her but on a different level, and that takes things to a whole new level. And we're currently in season 8, and now we're realizing that everyone is going their separate ways. Scully is now in Brazil for some reason. I still don't even know how that came together or how that became the idea the directors wanted to go with, but it was really cool though. So Hitchcock is still at the precinct, and also or the one person that I did not expect to actually leave the force was Rosa, because Rosa seemed to me like she was a dead-ass hardcore cop that was gonna be there through and through. And then we realized, because of the things that happened during the COVID, during the time that George Floyd became an issue, it changed, it changed the outlook. I think one thing that I do love about the Brooklyn Nine-Nine is its speed to adapt to reality. That the realness of the situation is not something that they put out of the picture, but something that they absorb and consistently try and work around. They don't just take it lightly and let the characters have their own free days because it's comedy. No. I think that is what makes a TV show very good, especially when it decides on its own that regardless of where it stands, being fiction or nonfiction, it chooses to capture a piece of reality and present it in a way that is not creepy or weird or cringe at all, but in a way that makes you feel as if it is part of reality. And I think that is so much better than you giving me pieces of info about the world when all you have is negative facts. I think this review has been done before. I've told you how much I loved it and how much I I I adore every character in there, even though some of them can be gross as ever, or some of them can be cringe as ever. But in the end, it's more like they always try to teach you something, no matter how many times they'll make you laugh. And I think that is why I would treasure Brooklyn Nine-Nine very much. In the future, I hope to meet the cast myself and really honor them for their dedication to this TV show. It's a lot of things to think about. Lately, I have gotten news of this whole Israel and Palestine stuff. And to be honest, I don't know if I have the right to talk about it because everyone who talks about it seems to have so much more info about the situation. And if anything, I was born a Christian, and as the law dictates, I guess Israel's supposed to be my side, no questions asked. But I mean, I didn't sign up for people to get killed. I didn't become part of Christianity because I liked people dying because of a cause. Probably if it was me, I wouldn't, at the moment the first bomb drops, I'd relinquish everything. But I guess it's because they're tied to a prophecy. I can't offer any guidance for those who are in this war or become a light in the darkness. But if killing people seems right to you, seems right to your kind, it seems right that you could eliminate people from the picture to make the picture better, then maybe you're not as human as you think you are. Wars have started way before I existed, and they will continue long after I'm gone. The only thing I can hope for is that the reality of the situation dawns them, and they don't think that with another bomb they'll be able to solve an issue. Because you can't outrun the sins of your past. You can't make it seem like it's all for a good cause, when in reality you are just screwing people's lives and pretending that it's for a good cause. I'm numb to those issues because I've not experienced them myself. And maybe it's selfish of me to assume that none of it concerns me, but it does. All the lives that we're living at every point in time is connected one way or the other. And it makes things more easy or more difficult. So if you are sitting on a ledge, assuming that all that's going on with these countries is based on politics, power, you might be a little bit misguided. And if you keep looking at the facts, it's easier for you to pick a side. But don't think that this is all just for an agenda. Something else might be at play, but you just don't know it. I hate the fact that people are picking sides like it's a football match. Like they're picking their teams because they want their team to win. They're going for a World Cup or something. People are dying. Children are dying. Lives are being lost. Futures are being erased. Lands are being wiped clean off the map. And you are considering yourself, what, a fan of the deaths? Of the evil being cast onto the world? That's what you're rooting for? Oh, great. Good for you. This world does not get better because you're silent and you wait to see what plays out. Sometimes you also need to stand. Have a voice. Don't wait on the celebrities to say something. Don't wait on your fellow streamer to say something. Pick up the microphone and talk. Be a part of it. The thing about wars is that they cannot go the same way they did before. Before, there was no communication. So if someone invaded a country, it would take hours, probably days, before the whole world knew what was going on. But now it's not the case. You could be a soldier right there at the scene of the battle. You could be the one in charge of that bomb that's going to desecrate someone's life. You have a voice. And maybe it's not going to be through a microphone, but it could be through an action where you can change the world, where you can stop this violence and find a much more progressive outlet than causing someone's child to die as an act to save something that you weren't even there to witness. You know, I call myself the god of entertainment. How exactly am I going to be able to entertain you guys if you're not there? How do I make you happy when there is no reason to be? How can I give you hope when it all gets to be crumbled? I love you guys. And I don't want that rage and vengeance that has already spurned off into these people, into these kids, into these families that have lost so much, to just cloud our worlds and cut ties. I'd rather there be no sides to pick. I'd rather there be no sides to pick. At the end of the day, I am a podcaster, a Twitch streamer, a YouTuber, a gamer, a TikToker, a content creator on this planet, and all I want to do is just make you laugh and make you entertained so that you can get yourself through the day. That's what I believe can pull people through this darkness or this pain Others believe their purposes are different. I don't believe mine is a purpose. I believe it's a duty. But also know that you are not chained to options because you were born to one family or the other. Now, your purpose could proceed far more than anyone could have ever imagined. So please, don't limit yourself. Don't think a gun qualifies you as God. Don't think a bullet makes you judge. Don't think that this world of reality is fashioned by those who are privileged. Understand that no matter how much control you think you have on this world, eventually it will slip. And when it does, the same things that you used to quantify, to control, and to manipulate those around you, those exact instruments will be enacted on you. And when you feel the pain of what everyone has endured, then maybe you'll find some semblance of humility. I know this is different from my usual demeanor. I guess that's part of the reason why I don't like watching the news so much. Because it gets me. It gets to me. But I do hope you take care of yourselves. And don't just have a fantastic day. Help someone else have a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for listening to Young Titan. I will be changing my nickname, though, to Omni Titan. I feel like that's a more smarter approach. Well, at least it's more in my area because I'm doing multiple things. I think it qualifies what makes me tick. So thank you guys again for watching. Omni Titan is going to be out. Thank you for listening. Bye.